Hi everyone, I'm Julie here with Yoga's Arc. I'm going to lead you in a Yoga Nidra this afternoon, or maybe it's morning or evening where you are. Nidra is a very deep relaxation. You don't have to have any experience. You can do this literally. You lie down, you listen to my voice. If you fall asleep, please be aware that your subconscious will still hear everything I'm saying. So you're going to get the benefits of this practice even if you don't hear everything. And you can see behind me, I've got a couple of things here on my mat. I've got a nice big bolster here. You maybe want to put that underneath your knees. I've also got a blanket here. This is Marley. I've got a blanket and maybe you want that under your head. If you have an eye pillow, this will feel really nice to put over your eyes. You can lay on your bed and do this. I have this set up on my yoga mat, but you can absolutely rest on your bed. So take a moment, make sure that you're nice and comfortable. If you need to, pause this video and then come back when you feel like you're in a position that's quite comfortable. You're going to be here for about 30 minutes, so you definitely want to be resting in a way that you're not going to feel like you need to move or you need to shift or you need to fidget. So once you've got yourself in a position that feels pretty good, I want you to let your eyes close. If you are using an eye pillow, this is a great time to do that. Go ahead and put that across your eyes. And let's just take a moment and sink in. Notice how nice it feels. Notice how you're supported. You don't need to use any muscle effort to hold this pose. Maybe there's a couple little shifts you want to make just to be entirely comfortable. We're going to begin with 3 deep breaths. So you take a deep inhale through the nose and open your mouth and just let everything go. Inhale through the nose, open the mouth and one more here. Deep inhale and exhale. And then you take a moment and check in again, noticing, do you need to make any adjustments? Are you comfortable? Is there any shifting around you need to do? We begin Yoga Nidra by setting an intention. An intention is a short, positive statement, and you're going to say this as though it is already happening, because indeed this practice helps to make things happen. So an example would be to say, I am happy, versus I want to be happy. So take a moment, set your intention, repeat it silently to yourself 3 times. You're now going to hear me say a number of different parts of the body. This part goes a little quickly, and I will repeat it several times. This is going to help you to drop into a deeper level of relaxation, and just try and jump from place to place as I name it. If you drift off and then you come back, just join us wherever you find yourself. Crown of the head, space between the eyes, hollow of the throat. Right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist. Tip of the right thumb, tip of the right pointer finger, tip of the right middle finger, tip of the right ring finger, tip of the right pinky finger, palm of the right hand, inside of the right wrist, inside of the right elbow, right armpit, hollow of the throat. Left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, tip of the left thumb, tip of the left pointer finger, tip of the left middle finger, tip of the left ring finger, tip of the left pinky finger, left palm, inside of the left wrist, inside of the left elbow, left armpit, hollow of the throat. Heart center, navel. Space between the navel and the pelvic floor, pelvic floor. Right hip, right knee, right ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Sole of the right foot, back of the right ankle, back of the right knee, right hip, pelvic floor. Left hip, left knee, left ankle. Tip of the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Sole of the left foot, back of the left ankle, back of the left knee, left hip, pelvic floor, space between the pelvic floor and the navel, navel, heart center, hollow of the throat, space between the eyes, crown of the head. And crown of the head, space between the eyes, hollow of the throat. Right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist. Tip of the right thumb, tip of the right pointer finger, tip of the right middle finger, tip of the right ring finger, tip of the right pinky, right palm, inside of the right wrist, inside of the right elbow, right armpit, hollow of the throat. Left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist. Tip of the left thumb, tip of the left pointer finger, tip of the left middle finger, tip of the left ring finger, tip of the left pinky finger. Left wrist, left palm, inside of the left elbow, left armpit, hollow of the throat. Heart center, navel, space between the navel and the pelvic floor, pelvic floor. Right hip, right knee, right ankle. Tip of the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Sole of the right foot, back of the right ankle, back of the right knee, right hip. Pelvic floor, left hip. Left knee, left ankle, tip of the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Sole of the left foot, back of the left ankle, back of the left knee, left hip. Pelvic floor, space between the pelvic floor and the navel, navel, heart center, hollow of the throat, space between the eyes, crown of the head. Crown of the head, space between the eyes, hollow of the throat. Right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist. Tip of the right thumb, tip of the right pointer finger, tip of the right middle finger, tip of the right ring finger, tip of the right pinky finger. Right palm, inside of the right wrist, inside of the right elbow, and right armpit. Hollow of the throat, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist. Tip of the left thumb, tip of the left pointer finger, tip of the left middle finger, tip of the left ring finger, tip of the left pinky finger, left palm, inside of the left wrist, inside of the left elbow, left armpit, hollow of the throat. Heart center, navel, space between the navel and the pelvic floor, pelvic floor. Right hip, right knee, right ankle. Tip of the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Sole of the right foot, back of the right ankle, back of the right knee, right hip. Pelvic floor, left hip. Left knee, left ankle, tip of the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Sole of the left foot, back of the left ankle, back of the left knee, left hip, pelvic floor. Space between the pelvic floor and the navel, navel, heart center, hollow of the throat, space between the eyes, crown of the head. You're in Phoenix, Arizona, and it is August. You're walking across a very large parking lot. There is no shade, you have no hat, you have nothing to drink. You can feel the heat rising up from the pavement. Your shoes feel as though the soles are actually going to melt away. The heat is like a living entity that you move through. Your tongue feels swollen, your fingers feel thick. You desperately want to be inside. You want a cold drink of water. You want to be somewhere in the shade. This is the sensation of heat. You're in Chicago and it is wintertime. You are outside and you have on a thin shirt and shoes that are not warm. You feel that cold. It's coming up through the soles of the feet. It's as though it's going right into your bone marrow, and you can feel that your body is so, so cold. You shake, your teeth chatter. You hug your arms around your body, trying desperately to warm yourself. As you breathe, you can see the smoke, the plumes coming out of your mouth. The snow is hitting your face and it is so cold, it actually feels like it's burning. This is the sensation of cold. Feel your body now growing heavier and heavier. Each breath you take, your head is heavy. Your arms, your hands, your fingers, legs, feet, everything. It's as though the entire body was made of steel, bones, blood, muscles. You cannot move. You cannot even lift a pinky finger. You continue to grow heavier and heavier. It feels as though you will sink right through the floor. This is the sensation of heaviness. Now those hands, those arms, they begin to float. It's as though they're lifting off the floor by themselves. Your head begins to come off the mat. You feel the entire body rising up into the air. It's as though your body were made of cotton, bones, blood, muscles, everything. The tiniest breeze, the slightest little breeze, and your whole body lifts and is moved along. You continue to float, to rise, to notice how everything is just lifting up with no effort. This is the sensation of lightness. And when you are walking and you get a rock in your shoe, a sharp pebble, and you feel it every step you take, you try and move your foot around. You try and shake it out of your shoe, but it is there. Each step, you feel that pressure, you feel that discomfort. It's an annoyance. It's painful. And you cut your finger on a piece of paper and you have a paper cut, so tiny, but again, so annoying, such a pain. These are sensations of pain. And now you are resting, so comfortably supported. It's like you're sleeping on a cloud. You're eating a piece of chocolate. You're listening to a piece of music that you love. Someone you love is next to you. You feel happy. You feel the world is perfect. These are sensations of pleasure. Traveling now to the dark space behind your eyes. This is a warm and friendly space. This is a safe space. You can always come here. You always return here. When you are here, you have nothing to do. You are an observer. Maybe you see colors, maybe patterns arise. There is no need to react, no need to do anything. You don't judge, you don't analyze, you simply observe. This space extends into infinity. It goes as far as you can see and even farther. It is dark here, yet it is safe. It is warm, it is friendly. You can always come here. This is a respite, a refuge. You're staying on a tropical island. Your hotel is right on a beach and it backs up to a jungle. The concierge has told you there is a path. You can walk through this jungle and it is safe. You get up in the morning. You have a backpack, plenty of water, a little bit of food, comfortable clothes, sturdy shoes. You walk down the beach and there's the path. It's a sandy path. It's a golden color. You turn and you look. There's the hotel. And then you face the jungle and you step inside. Immediately, it's like you're in another world. You can hear water dripping off the plants. There's so much moisture here, so much humidity. There are birds and insects and animals. You've never seen these animals, these birds, these insects before. They make noises you've never heard. You walk down the path. All these colors of green, these enormous leaves. There are so many shades of green. Everything is so big. There are these flowers that are huge. They're like dinner plates, and they're white and orange and yellow and pink. Right in front of you, there are dragonflies. There's one that's red and one that's blue. Their wingspan must be 6 inches. And they fly in front of you. They lead you down the path. They're like little jewels in the air. You continue to walk. The temperature is very pleasant. It's not hot. It's a little humid, but it feels good. It's very comfortable. And as you keep walking, you come to a sandy beach, and there's this beautiful little turquoise pond. You take your pack off, you take your shoes off, and you decide to go swimming. There's no one here. You've been told this is safe. You get into this turquoise water and you float. You look up at the sky. You see this blue sky with the clouds going by. You see all these dragonflies, so many of them here at the pond. And as you float, you start to notice there's a sound of running water. So you sit up and you look around and you realize you can swim over to another small pond. And you do that. And when you get there, you see that there is a waterfall here. It's coming out of a rock wall. And you go ahead and swim right over to it. And as you get closer, you realize you can climb this rock wall. You climb out of this pool and you look at the steps. They're wet. There's no place to put your hands, but you feel like you can do this. You very carefully climb up these stairs and you count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your foot slips. You're a little far off the ground. You take a deep breath and you continue. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You're at the top. You step behind the waterfall. You're in the cave. There is moss everywhere, this beautiful green moss, thick, green, soft. You touch it with your hand and it's springy. It's a little wet, the moss near the waterfall, but as you step back into the cave, it's dry. And you lay back. It's like a bed. And as you lay back and you look at the cave roof, there's actually a hole in the roof. You can see the sky. Beautiful. There's that blue sky again with the clouds. You rest here. You close your eyes. realize that your eyes are closed and you reopen them. And the sky, it's dark. You must have fallen asleep and been here for quite some time. You sit up, your heart pounds a little bit. You have to climb down that rock wall. It's wet, and now it's dark. You take a deep breath. You come to the mouth of the cave and you look down. When you look, it's not as dark as you thought it was. It was a little darker in the cave. And as you look down, you see there are places to put your hands. So you begin to descend, and again you count. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your foot touches the ground. You take a deep breath. You realize you have to get back in the pool. You've left your backpack. You get in the pool. You swim back to the original beautiful turquoise pool you were in earlier. And there's your backpack, just waiting for you. You climb out of the water, put your pack on, and you begin to walk back down the path. This beautiful golden path, and it's as though it's lit up from within. It's very easy to see, even though the night is coming and it's getting darker. It's easy for you to find your way. You notice now different sounds, different birds, different insects, different animals. The night animals are here. The night birds, the night insects. On you go. And as you step out of the jungle, you're back on the beach where the hotel is. It's right there, you can see it. The full moon rises over the ocean. We return again to the dark space behind the eyes, this warm and friendly space, this respite. Remembering that when we're here, this is a place of refuge, a place of safety. We may see colors, we may see patterns that our mind manifests. We observe. We don't judge. We don't analyze. We rest. We breathe. Recalling the intention we said at the beginning of class, we repeat it to ourselves silently 3 times. Use the same word you used at the beginning of the session. So softly, fingers and toes begin to move. Maybe we rotate in the wrist and ankles. The body wakes up and we stretch. We start to move a little bit more, just finding that movement, letting the body wake up slowly. Let that chin turn towards the right. Inhale through center, let the chin turn to the left. And come back to center. Take one more nice stretch, maybe arms up, legs out. Roll to one side. You're going to rest here. Take a couple of breaths. As you're ready, find your way back to a comfortable seated position, moving so slowly, taking all the time you need. Gently, we place our hands at heart center. The eyes are softly closed. Thank you so much for taking this journey, for taking care of yourself, for allowing yourself to relax. Namaste.